fought really hard to get Soul Man back on the air. Why was it that important to you?
Well, I think that, it was just, the show is something that's different than what's on television right now. It's a refreshing look at our community, our families, the way we operate with one another. Also, with this character doing a transition, a midlife crisis kind of transition, where he's popular for being, a world famous R&B singer, and then has this calling to be something different in life.
Only reason you got my number is because I asked you to hold my earrings. Boom!
No, you gotta remember, I was the one coaching you. I was like, grab her, that ponytail ain't real. That ponytail ain't real.
Boys, all I'm saying is, I'm starting to feel like the only black woman in a scary movie. Huh? Something bad gonna happen. Don't look at me, I'm not answering it.
This show was just a great reflection of that, and it was something important for our communities to see these images, to see family, to see a dad, to see the wife and the husband and the brother, all of us being together and being family. And so we just worked really hard to get it back, and we thank for all the support for people who wrote in and wrote letters and sent them to the networks. Thank all of y'all for that, because it took a real community effort in order to get the show to come back for the second season, so we're having a great time with it.
Now, is that dogged determination you displayed a part of your character that we maybe hadn't seen before? You just didn't want to take no, or is that you?
Yes, both. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it was me. I didn't want to take no for an answer, and definitely I think that the character Boyce was one that's determined to see his dreams fulfilled. He's been successful in other things, and so he just didn't want to, to let everyone down in this situation. And I do think that when you look at the landscape of television, all the major networks, nobody's really embarking on comedies, very few dramas with African-American leads, but one, let alone the comedy, and not since the Cosby Show is something that, even had this attitude where people love each other and they're getting along and they're trying to figure out how to make things work. We just live in a very snarky, edgy comedy. It's all about edge. And that usually means, to most of us who grew up, it usually leads to a lot of disrespect to community, to, women, to the culture. And so we're just trying to find a way to make this entertaining, have fun with it, put some light on it, and then give people an opportunity to sit down with their families and watch a show that's all together, where everybody can watch it all together. Ever since I had a three-piece suit when I was about 8 years old and had grease all over my face, and people be like, boy, you gonna be a preacher. I'm like, I'm 7. I just want some candy, mama. That's the only reason I was up there going, ah. She thought I was moaning. Ah, Lord, give it to me, please. I just wanted candy. I didn't want, you know how people go, you gonna be a preacher. Look at him. Look at him, ain't he? Ain't he? Garcina, because that's what people's names was back then. It was Garcina, but I digress. Listen, what was your question?
You were a real preacher. What would you be preaching? And there were real sermons that could impact the lives of the people you preached to. What would they be about?
Oh, for me, it would definitely, I'd have to kind of talk about, the things that just happen in everyday life. I think that would be my approach. It's very observational in comedy, my stand-up point of view, and I think I would put that into a sermon in the sense that, from, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing, and then, take that text and kind of put it into, the fights that we have with one another, not just global wars, but the things that people make up, the way you battling on Twitter and you mad at somebody else, and all these things that make people agitated by another person without ever really asking the real question, like, what did you mean by that? How about a real conversation? Those kind of things, I believe, will be where I would want to take sermons today, like, the application of real life, mixed with what it takes to operate every day. You don't, people not really at church every Sunday, and then they have a real tendency that at least by Tuesday they didn't put it all the way down. Monday they might still be a little bit, that was a good sermon yesterday. By Tuesday, you gonna get cussed out.
Oh man, I can't have this. Now my flock is gonna think they shepherd can't keep his hands off the sheep. Come on, y'all know what I meant.
Well, boys, I have complete faith that everything is gonna be okay. Probably.
I don't see how. Once those church elders sink their dentures into this, that's it for me. Maybe I can get a job down one of those white churches. They let their pastors do anything.
How are you going to juggle Millionaire, this show, stand up?
It's a great opportunity to be the host of such an iconic game show like that. And of course, one of my good friends, Steve Harvey, does it, well. He keeps a lot of balls in the air. So, I called him. I was like, dude, really, how you do all of this, So, and we worked and strategized a schedule where I'll have an opportunity to shoot all the millionaires in what they call a strip, if you will, in the package. They're going to shoot them all out, and I'll be done, I'll shoot them from August to November every year, and then I'll be free to do other things throughout the year. And so, really busy. We're going to sneak in a movie this year. We'll, all blessings, come back here to do a third season. So, I'm excited about the opportunities and the more importantly, just the ability to still be able to entertain at a high level. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm really thankful that I have an opportunity to be in front of my audience and entertain them at this high level at this stage of my career. I'm most thankful for having the attitude and the spirit of believing that I am blessed to be able to do this. That it is not a given, even with talent, even with the ability to make people laugh, that it is a blessing to be able to offer it up on a daily basis, to have the health, to have the attitude, to know that when people come out and spend money to see me do my thing, that I give that value, that I respect that, and that I feel very blessed that I'm aware of that, enough so that I believe it's led to longevity. And anybody can blow up, and people often say, I want to blow up. I mean, you can do that, but it's better to smolder. I've been smoldering, man. I'm hot cold, baby. You know what I'm saying? You can still put a pot of tea on me and warm it up. You know what I mean? I might not cook no marshmallow. All right, but who wants to cook a marshmallow right now? But I am thankful just for that in general, just the ability and the discernment to know that life is good and the blessings are plentiful, and I'm glad to return them and give them back.